Literally, people Google every day and in YouTube videos, how to be happy, how to be successful, how to be rich, how to be this. Men like Goggins go out there and just figure out how to do the damn thing. Real life experience trumps reading it in a book. Real life experience trumps watching it in a video. We as men got to throw ourselves out into the unknown so we can discover who the hell we really are.
Is the most powerful weapon. I talk about that in one of these chapters. Your brain is the most powerful weapon in the world. Once you put away your phones and your computers and all that shit we have nowadays, yeah, it's great. We're up to date. But your brain is the only thing you have when you're going through depression, when you're going through hard times, when you're going through death, real life shit. You can't Google that shit, man.
Gentlemen, what's going on? This is the Better Man channel. Goggins is a beast. He's on a different level. He's took it to the extreme. And while we may not desire or even be capable to take it to that level of extremity, as men, we're called to take it to the extreme. We're called to think outside the box, to get ourselves outside the boundaries. How many of us can find ourselves and limited ourselves to that Google that shit mentality? We read a book thinking it's going to change our life. We watch 1,000 videos a day thinking that's going to motivate us to get off our ass and do something. And don't get me wrong, read books, watch content, listen to those mentors that inspire us to be better. But at one point, we actually have to get out there in that environment and see what the hell we got. See what it takes, and that's man. That's that nature within us to be that badass. See who can run the fastest, who can be the strongest, who can climb the highest in the tree, who can push ourselves the farthest. And somewhere along the lines, we lose that exploration that we have as children, as we grow up or whatever it may be, and we just succumb to the level of mediocrity. Goggins says, the hell with that, man. We got to get up in here. We got to figure that shit out for ourselves. We can't rely on anybody else. And that's what it means to be a man. We become self-reliant, self-dependent. We push ourselves so that we begin to find out who the hell we are. We see a lot of men waking up to kind of this red pill mentality that we've been lied to, we've been deceived. But now what? We just reject life and say the hell with it and go do 40 hours a game or 40 hours a day in gaming and 50 hours a day in Netflix and just bullshit. We've got lazy, we've got soft. We need to have that radical extreme thinking that goes out into the unknown and pushes ourselves. Whatever that may look like. We're not going to run 200-mile races like Goggins, but maybe we go run a 5K. Maybe we just go out and somewhere and get in some solitude and get inside this damn head of ours and begin to figure out who the hell we are, what we want, what's our direction, what's our goals, what's our values, what's our standards. We get to know who we are. We go into the unknown where it's man versus man. We're not dependent upon nobody else. Nobody's coming along to save our ass. Nobody's coming along to grab our hand and lead us to success. Nobody's grabbing our head and carry us to the top of the mountain. And Goggins went to the extremes to figure out who the hell he is. And I love that, man. He's not requiring anybody else to come tell him what it means to be man, what it means to be alive, what it means to push himself. He's went inside, man. He's figured it out. He's not reading a book. He's not asking somebody's advice. It's him. Him against himself in the most extreme situation, the most extreme conditions to push himself to the brink, man. The brink of death, literally. To the brink of collapse where it's, I got to figure this out or I'm going to die. And I think we need to push ourselves out there. We need to put ourselves out there in that situation where I'm going to figure this out, man. It's sink or swim. I'm either going to drown or I'm going to figure out how to swim and navigate these circumstances, this thing called life. We play it safe too many times, man. We build this bubble around us. It's easy, it's comfortable in here, but it's that very comfort that's destroying us. We look around us and we see other people succeeding. We see other people accomplishing things that we want. And it creates this bitterness, this resentment, this envy. We're pissed off men because we're not pushing ourselves to the boundaries. We're not exploring the unknown. We've bought this idea, just stay inside the bubble. It's safe in there. We look around, we see the rest of the world just kind of upset, angry, lazy, comfortable. They're not embracing the idea of masculinity. They're not embracing the idea of what it means to be man. They're not embracing the idea of freedom. And David Goggins has experienced freedom, I promise you. Anybody that pushes themselves to the very collapse of who they are, pushes himself to the very question of what does it mean? Who am I? Where's the answer? And only relies on self. They place them in a position where it's only going to be them that comes up with the solution, the answer. That's freedom. We've been lied to. We've been deceived. We've bought this ideas that they'll tell us what it means to be man. They'll tell us what it means to be successful. They'll tell us go to college, get married, do this, be A, be B, be C, and everything else will work in your favor, but it doesn't. A lot of upset people just thinking, damn, this is all life came down to. Because they're not pushing themselves. They're Googling that shit. Literally, people Google every day and in YouTube videos, how to be happy, how to be successful, how to be rich, how to be this. Men like Goggins go out there and just figure out how to do the damn thing. Real life experience trumps reading it in a book. Real life experience trumps watching it in a video. We as men got to throw ourselves out into the unknown so that we can discover who the hell we really are. We can't keep accepting the narratives of other people telling us how our story is supposed to unfold. You're pissed off with your current position. You want more. You know there's more because that spirit within you is vibrating and say, let me out. It's time that we start exploring that. Who the hell do we want to be? What are we going to do to take a step in that direction as a man? Where do I want to go? I'm not going to go where you tell me to go. I'm going to see how high I can climb in that tree. I'm going to see how fast I can run. I'm going to see how far I can go. I'm going to create my own success. I'm going to go inward, figure out who the hell I am, what I want, how far I can go, how far I can push myself. I'm not going to stay stuck inside these boundaries that you've built for me so that I'm just safe, nice, neat in this bubble. Hell no, let me outside of the bubble, man. Let me go explore. Let me unleash that nature within that says be more, do more, be more capable. That's the very masculine nature of what it means to be man. Why is society collapsing? Because men are staying stuck in that box, and that box is starting to fold in on us, and we can't breathe. We feel suffocated because we're not getting out into the unknown. Man versus man. Who the hell am I? How far can I push myself? We got to do that, or we can only come to that realization by pushing ourselves. You don't figure out who you are or what you're made of by staying stuck in this little box. It's when you tear open that box and go actually confront some enemies, go confront some challenges, go face some obstacles that you figure out who the hell you are. You can't Google how to be a badass without throwing yourself out there in an environment that makes you become a badass. You don't become stronger without any resistance. We don't become more intelligent without learning something new. You want to be bigger, you want to be better, you want to be a badass man, then we got to go out there into the unknown and start face some adversity, start facing some enemies, start facing some challenges where we ask ourselves, God, who am I and what do I have? Do I have what it takes to overcome this situation? I don't care if you've Googled the perfect answer. I don't care if you've listened to the perfect man. Until we face those real life instances, we're not going to know what we're made of. If we want to become bigger, better, more capable men, we got to go face some shit, face some challenges, and that takes risk. That takes the risk of failing. That takes the risk of falling on your face. But then we create a baseline where we know what to do, know what not to do, and we just keep building and leveling up. Go face some adversity. Go face some challenges. Take it to the extreme, man, and then we'll figure out what we're made of. We can't rely on Googling those quick, instant gratification answers. They don't exist. That's not life. There's no life hacks. There's no shortcuts. It's us getting out there into the unknown and actually facing a damn enemy that teaches what we're made of and teaches our weakness. Therefore, we can go and work on those so that we become stronger. That's what it means to be a man. It's not easy. It's hard work, but it's damn well worth it. I love you guys. I respect you guys. You'll hear from me next episode.